Well, playing with the most valuable player in the league is just awesome, and he's just such a great player, in every aspect of the game. And I think the thing that really stands out though above everything else is his shooting, and that opens up everything else for everybody else.
He holds down a lot of his talent to benefit the team a lot too. And
well, I think as Larry would probably tell you, I think I've worked very, very well with Larry, and Larry works very, very well with me.
When Dennis Johnson looks back at his legendary career, he remembers one thing. He was my GOAT, a Hall of Fame guard, a 5-time NBA All-Star, a 3-time champion. But what impressed DJ most was not his own greatness. It was the greatness of 5 other players who changed how he saw the game. Dennis Johnson spent his playing days in the late 1970s and 1980s, competing with and against some of basketball's all-time legends. He was a fierce defender. He was clutch when it mattered. But when he reflects on his career now, he doesn't talk about himself. He talks about 5 players who inspired him and showed him what true excellence looked like. Let's start with Larry Bird. Dennis Johnson calls Larry Bird the smartest player he ever played with. Think about that. DJ spent years alongside great minds in basketball, but Bird stood out. His Boston Celtics teammate and 3-time NBA MVP had something truly special. It was his basketball brain. It was how he saw the game. Bird had basketball IQ that was nearly impossible to match. He understood angles, timing, and his teammates better than they understood themselves. But there was something else about Larry Bird that Dennis Johnson could never stop talking about. Pressure never touched him. Think about that phrase. Most players crack under pressure. Most players feel the weight of the moment. Not Bird. He thrived on pressure. He got better when stakes got higher. He wanted the ball when everything was on the line. Bird delivered in countless crucial moments. He was cool. He was calm. He was confident. That confidence came from preparation and knowing his craft inside and out. Johnson saw firsthand how Bird's decision-making lifted the Celtics in big games. Whether Bird was orchestrating the offense or hitting a last-second shot, he remained composed. He was the embodiment of Celtics pride. That was a hard-working, team-oriented approach to stardom. Bird inspired his teammates to excel. He made everyone around him want to be better. DJ witnessed Bird's reliability in the clutch over and over again. One perfect example happened in the 1987 Eastern Conference Finals. Bird made a steal and assisted the ball to Johnson for a game-winning play. That moment captured everything DJ loved about Bird. In the biggest moment, Bird did the right thing. He made the right play. He never panicked. His intellect and poise under pressure made him someone DJ revered as the smartest and most clutch teammate ever. Next on Dennis Johnson's list is Magic Johnson. Magic was an opponent. The Los Angeles Lakers had Magic running their offense. These two teams met in the finals. These two players faced each other many times. DJ had nothing but respect for him. He called Magic the hardest guard to deal with. But Magic did not dominate by forcing. Magic controlled the game without forcing anything. That is the key to understanding what made Magic so special. Earvin Magic Johnson was 6 feet 9 inches tall. Most point guards are much shorter, but Magic's height was just the beginning. What made him revolutionary was his court vision, size, and leadership. He had the ability to dictate tempo and make teammates better without needing massive scoring. Magic would rack up assists and manage the offense. He would only score when opportunities came. That style made him near flawless. Players around the league had to admit it. This guy is just different. Dennis Johnson experienced Magic's impact directly during those intense Lakers-Celtics finals matchups. Magic's no-look passes were incredible. His calm orchestration could break down any defense without him ever seeming to force the issue. By controlling pace and involving everyone, Magic dictated games. He did it with a kind of joyful efficiency that was rare to see. DJ respected Magic as a peer who was incredibly tough to guard, yet played with grace and beauty. Magic never made things harder than they needed to be. He let the game come to him, and because he let the game come to him, he was always in complete control. That is why Dennis Johnson ranked Magic among his all-time favorite players. The third player on Dennis Johnson's list is Isiah Thomas. Now, here's something important. The Boston Celtics and the Detroit Pistons were bitter rivals. These teams did not like each other. The Pistons were known as the bad boys. They played physical. They played tough. But despite this intense rivalry, Dennis Johnson held Isiah Thomas in high regard for his remarkable character. DJ described Isiah as a fearless competitor who never backed down. That is exactly what he was. Isiah Thomas was only about 6 feet tall. In a league of giants, he was small, but his size never stopped him. He was perhaps the grittiest performer at point guard in the entire 1980s. He was a feisty competitor who offered no quarter and expected none in return. He led Detroit with skill and sheer will. He often played through injuries and never shrieked from challenges. Johnson faced Thomas in numerous playoff battles. He watched how Isiah's sunny smile masked inner toughness. That inner toughness galvanized his entire team. Whether it was absorbing hard fouls or engaging in tough talk or hitting clutch shots, Isiah Thomas always rose to the occasion. He never backed down. That became the defining characteristic of his entire career. DJ openly respected that relentless drive. In the cauldron of Celtics Pistons games, Thomas's refusal to back down was electric. It was even against bigger opponents or hostile crowds. That fearlessness exemplified something that earned Johnson's deepest praise. It was this competitive fire. It was this refusal to quit that made Isiah one of Johnson's favorite and most respected adversaries in the entire game. Here's where I want to pause for a moment and ask you something. Which of these players do you agree with DJ most about? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Do you think Bird was the smartest? Do you think Magic had the most control? Do you think Isiah had the most heart? The comment section is waiting for you. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is a great time. Subscribe to see more deep dives into the legends who shaped the NBA. Hit that subscribe button right now. The fourth name on Dennis Johnson's list is Michael Jordan. Now, this one is particularly interesting because DJ faced Jordan early in his career. Jordan was just coming into the league. He was becoming the scorer that would change basketball forever. But DJ saw something in Jordan that most people did not see at first. He saw potential. He saw a player who was brilliant but still learning. He saw a player who would eventually figure something out that would make him unstoppable. Dennis Johnson said it perfectly. Once Michael learned how to win, nobody could stop him. Think about that. Early in Jordan's career, he was an electrifying scorer. He could put the ball in the basket like few players ever could, but team success was harder to find. He had to overcome hurdles. The Detroit Pistons were one of those hurdles. They defended him physically. They made him uncomfortable. They slowed down his game. But Jordan kept working. He kept learning. He kept growing. Johnson was a standout defender. He was one of the first elite stoppers to guard Jordan, and he witnessed something remarkable. He witnessed Jordan's evolution from a purely talented scorer into the ultimate champion. It was not immediate. It took time. But by the 1990s, Jordan had added something. He had added mental toughness. He had added team trust. He had learned how to win. And when he figured that out, the results were historic. Michael Jordan won his first NBA title in 1991. That was the breakthrough moment. That was when everyone understood. This is not just a great scorer. This is a champion. This is the guy who is going to dominate the 1990s. After that, his Bulls became virtually unstoppable. They captured 6 championships in the 1990s. 6 titles in 1 decade. The man who once dropped 63 points in a playoff game against Boston in 1986 transformed into something completely different. He became someone who simply would not let his team lose when it mattered. He balanced scoring with involving his teammates. He overcame playoff adversity with confidence. He made everyone around him better. He made winning the priority. He made it his mission to win finals and keep winning. As Johnson alludes, once Jordan figured out the formula for winning, the floodgates opened. Nobody could stop him is hardly an exaggeration. Jordan never lost in the NBA Finals. His record was 6 wins and 0 losses. He earned Finals MVP every single time. From DJ's viewpoint as a defender, Jordan became the ultimate challenge because his determination to win made him a force beyond just raw talent. His mind became as sharp as his scoring ability. His will to win became stronger than his desire to score. And that transformation made him nearly impossible to beat in crucial moments. The fifth and final player on Dennis Johnson's list is Bill Walton. Bill Walton was Dennis Johnson's teammate on the 1985-86 Boston Celtics. Walton was a former MVP. He was a Hall of Fame center. But by the time he joined the Celtics, injuries had taken a toll on his body. He could not play the same role he once did, so he accepted a reduced role. He became a super sub. He became someone who focused on doing the dirty work, and in doing that, he showed DJ something profound. DJ called Walton special for one simple reason. He made everyone better without needing the ball. That single phrase captures everything about Walton's approach to basketball. It captures his team-first mentality. It captures the impact of his intangibles. It captures why he belonged on the list of Dennis Johnson's favorite players. Walton's passing ability was extraordinary. He was one of the best passing big men in basketball history. His defensive rotations were smart. His communication with teammates was constant. His positive energy was contagious. All of these things elevated his teammates' play. Walton is often remembered as the embodiment of unselfish team play. He achieved championships at every level by prioritizing team success. He proved that winning was bigger than individual accomplishment. He proved that you could be invaluable without putting up massive scoring numbers. During the Celtics' 1986 championship run, Walton won the NBA's 6th Man of the Year award. That award epitomized what he brought to the team. He did not dominate the ball. He did not score a lot of points. But he was invaluable. He was essential. Johnson observed that Walton would set excellent screens, make brilliant passes, rebound and start fast breaks, and play solid defense. All the little things, all the details, all the things that help teams win championships. Walton made everyone better because his presence and style were contagious. His outlet passing ignited the Celtics' fast break. His enthusiasm lifted team morale. Players wanted to play harder because he played hard. Players wanted to be smarter because he was smart. Players wanted to be tougher because he was tough. Even Even in limited minutes, Walton's high basketball IQ and selflessness were a glue that connected the entire team together. Dennis Johnson cherished Walton as a teammate who proved something important. You can profoundly impact the game without needing to score. You can be a true champion by making others around you champions. That is a testament to unselfish championship play. So here's what Dennis Johnson's 5 favorites tell us about what greatness really means in basketball. Bird represents the intellectual side of the game. He had elite basketball IQ. He had the ability to read the game and make perfect decisions. He had the clutch gene. He thrived when stakes were highest. Magic represents control without force. He dominated without needing the ball. He made his teammates better by letting the game come to him. He controlled pace and space with grace. Isaiah represents fearlessness. He showed that size does not define toughness. He showed that heart matters. He showed that never backing down is a superpower. Michael represents evolution. He showed that raw talent is only the beginning. He showed that learning how to win is the ultimate skill. He showed that champions are made, not born. And Bill Walton represents selflessness. He showed that you do not need the ball to be important. He showed that team success is the greatest achievement. He showed that intangibles matter more than statistics and scoring. These 5 men were not just talented. They were not just successful. They were great because they possessed qualities that elevated everyone around them to be better. Dennis Johnson understood that deeply. He saw it up close every single day. He competed against them fiercely. He played with them closely. He learned from them invaluable lessons that shaped his entire philosophy. And when he reflected on his own incredible career, he recognized that these 5 players deserved to be remembered as his favorites. The golden era of the NBA in which Dennis Johnson played was defined by legendary figures like these. These were players who were smart. They were tough. They were unselfish. They were virtually unbeatable when it counted most. They were players who understood that basketball was bigger than individual glory. It was about winning. It was about teammates. It was about doing whatever it took to succeed. Dennis Johnson's top 5 list is a fitting tribute to that golden era. It is a reminder of what true greatness looks like. It is a reminder that the best players are not always the ones who score the most. Sometimes the best players are the ones who make everyone around them better. Sometimes the best players are the ones with the highest basketball IQ. Sometimes the best players are the ones who never back down from any challenge. Sometimes the best players are the ones who have learned how to win. And sometimes the best players are the ones who do the work that nobody notices but everyone benefits from. That is Dennis Johnson's legacy. That is what he valued. That is why he chose these 5 players. That is why Dennis Johnson's 5 favorite players will forever be remembered. Bird, Magic, Isaiah, Jordan, and Walton will forever be remembered as his favorite players. And if you have been watching this far, you know why these choices matter. You understand what Dennis Johnson was really saying about the game. He was saying that basketball greatness is about so much more than talent. It is about character. It is about intelligence. It is about will. It is about heart. And it is about making sure that the people around you are better and stronger because you are there. Thank you so much for watching today. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and tell me which of Dennis Johnson's 5 favorite players you would choose as your own. Which one inspired you most? Which one do you think was the greatest of them all? The comment section is open and I want to hear from you. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for celebrating the legends of basketball.